Welcome to Kineo office hours. Today we are going to talk about some changes in version 12 with how programs are completed and calculated, and show you how that could lead into a CE credit solution if that's something you're interested in doing. For those of you that haven't joined us before, my name is Alex Carrick and I am a platforms consultant here at Kineo. That helps doing all things Totara, from training to implementation to support, generally working to try to get the most out of the system for all of you. And if you haven't joined office hours before, this is when we take a quick topic, run through it in video form, and then open it up to question and answer. And those questions don't necessarily have to be on the topic provided. So it's a great time to just come, learn a little bit, and then get access to Taylor and myself for any help you may need. So jumping right into today's topic. So the change that we're talking about has to do with specifically progress bars and how those are calculated. So as you see in my bullets, in version 11, those bars were strictly based on course sets within a program. In version 12, it's actually looking at the courses within the set and how they are related to the course set and how the course sets are related to give you what I would call a more accurate percentage of completion. So I'm sure you're thinking, okay, that's great, but why is this important? So just to show you what this would mean, if we have our version 11 program, you see I have two course sets of 3 courses. I have 2 courses completed in my first set and none completed in my second set. You'll see that the progress bar would be marked as 0% because I have not completed anything, or I have not completed any course set within the program. The change in version 12 is going to be that our program, now the exact same program, will show as 33%. And that's because in our course sets, since we have course set 1, then course set 2, so they have to take all 6 courses, and we've completed 2 of them, now our progress bar is showing 33% instead of the 0%. So frequently, we will get asked about CE credits. That's continuing education. And we might hear a request something like this. My users need to earn a certain amount of CE credits each year to remain in compliance. Is there any easy way to display this to users and report on it for administrators? Before, the answer was maybe. Now in version 12, there's a solution that we've come up with that might work for some people. It might need a little massaging to get exactly to what you need, but it's a pretty basic way to be able to assign, track, and manage CE credits. So I'm going to jump into a version 12 demo. So this is going to be, well, I should say demo site. So for those of you that have not seen version 12 yet, it may look a little bit different. I will admit some of the navigation is a little bit different. So if you see me sputter, that's why. But when we jump in this, the next thing to say is, obviously this is version 12. If you are using a previous version, some of the things may not look, act, or be included in your version. And if you're interested in updating, that's something you can contact support about. So in 12, the first thing we need to do, actually, I'm going to do this cooking show style. I'm going to show you a diagram of what this actually looks like. So you'll remember that the 2 solutions from the previous presentation slide. So what our new CE credit solution is going to look like is within a program, you can have 1 course set. Think of that course set as all the possible CE courses that someone might take. And using some program functionality, we can assign credits to each of those courses, and we can say what the minimum number of credits is. So you'll see in our example here, if a user has to achieve 10 credits, they, by the green completed courses, have achieved 9. Our progress bar is going to show 90%. So this is helpful for both the user to see how far they've come, as well as an administrator to be able to continually track and manage and maybe prod people to complete their CE credits. You would also be able, because it's a program, to set notifications based on users that haven't completed their credits on time as well. So you can build in the automation of those notifications. Now that you have an idea of what it's going to look like, I'll show you how to build this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to assign a number of credits to each course. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to set or create a course custom field. I have cheated and made a link here to course custom fields. And you'll see that I have created a field called CE credits. It is a menu of choices type field. And if I edit this, you will see that all this is CE credits, and I can pick my numbers. I decided to go 0 to 5. If yours are even numbers, odd numbers, if it goes 0 to 50, whatever it may be, you can add your menus 1 per line. And I've gone through and I've set this on a few specific courses within this demo site. And so the next part that we need to do is we need to create our program. So I'm going to manage my programs, and I'm going to create a new program. And let's call this Office Hours CE Credits. And let's go ahead and call that the same short name. All of this, you can fill in the ID, the available from, all of your usual visibility and icons and images. I'm just going to hit save here and head over to my content tab. So if you've used programs before, this shouldn't be a new screen. If you haven't, programs allow you to create groups of courses called sets. And in our example, we're only going to use one set. So I'm going to add, and I'm going to say I want courses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to click OK. We're going to just call this set, I don't know, CE credits. That seems creative. For learner must complete, right? Your learners have their choices of how they want to meet their credits. So we're going to change all courses to some courses. We're going to skip minimum courses completed. What we're going to do, and what makes this work, is the course score field. So what this is saying is it's going to look for a course custom field, and that's going to be the score of the course. So if you'll remember from, I don't know, 35 seconds ago, we created a course custom field called CE credits. So that's going to be our scoring field. And from our example earlier, we're going to say we need a minimum score of 10 credits per year. So I'm going to hit add, not add, excuse me. I'm going to hit save changes. And you'll now see in my example here, we've got all of this set up for our example. You can go through and set the notifications. You can set the individual users who you want to assign this to. But that, if we get into our program page, is going to be what allows us to go through this. And so I am going to, let's work some magic really quick. I'm going to pause the screen. And what this program page is going to look like is this. So this is actually a demo CE program that I will show you in a little bit. So you'll see it's simply set up CE credit courses 1. Here are our courses. Here are the CE credits associated with it. I can easily launch and check the status of each of these courses. You'll notice I'm in as an administrator. That's why you see the mark complete here. An average user is not going to see that. And so that's your program. So you could imagine this could be, 100 courses long. They could all have different CE credits, but essentially you're just looking for users to get past that particular point to achieve that CE credit score. So as a user, this program page is great, and I will show you some other tips and tricks that we can do with that. The next aspect as a user or as an administrator is how can you report on this? What does it look like? So there is a report that I have created. This is going to be using the program overview report source. And you'll see here that I can quickly and easily see a user's full name, which program they're associated with, the different courses that are within my program, their status for each of those courses. And this is, the magic bullet here of this progress bar is going to give me an accurate readout of how far people are in their completion of yearly CE credits. So like all reports, this is configurable. We can change program headers, we can change just the header titles. We could add columns if you needed instead of the progress bar. If you just wanted complete, incomplete, we could do that. If you wanted to see due date, date completed, all of those are potential columns here. But I'm just showing you at a really basic level how you can get a readout as an administrator. And also, like all reports, this can be exported as an Excel, a CSV, and so forth. With this CE credit program, I'm going to head to the dashboard. So there's a few different ways we can display this information on a dashboard. So the first is if you're using version 9 or beyond, there is this current learning block that would pull in your CE credit program here. And you'll see that it shows me the due date. It shows me that same bar. I can expand this out and it'll show me the different courses that I have and how many CE credits they are worth. That's one possibility. You'll notice here that I've created a yearly CE credits block. All this is a simple report that is one column, and that column is progress. I've created a filter, so it's filtering just my CE credits. And I've made the content that a user is only able to see their own courses, and that the access is for an authenticated user so everyone can see it. And this itself is a report table block that you can then go in, choose that report, and now every user would be able to see their progress bar like so. And the third way you can display this on a dashboard for people is a featured links block. So you'll see I have a funny Cookie Monster tidal wave picture as my program picture. But from the featured links block, I can point it to my program, and then it's going to give me the readout. It's going to show how complete I am. I can click this, and it'll take me to my program page. So a few other good points about this is if I go to the catalog, I believe this is a future session we have planned, so I'll give you a little sneak peek of the version 12 catalog. You'll notice I have my CE credit program here, that same 83%. So users would be able to see their progress on this page, both for the courses as well as programs. And if I wanted to go within each course, so let's say I have one credit I need to take here, but I really am interested in taking course 1, I can go to course 1 and go to the course. And forgive me, it is a demo course, it's not that exciting. What is exciting though is we can use the program completions block within a course. So I can say these are the programs that are associated with this course. If a user is in those programs, show this. If they are not in any of these programs, hide the block. And you'll see that I have my CE credit program. I've got my slider bar. So that's another way that users can go, instead of having to constantly go back and forth and navigate back to the program page, which can sometimes be hard to find, they can click here, go back to the CE credit program page, and move on to the next course. So moving forward, that is our CE credit solution. Obviously mileage may vary and it may not work for every possible iteration of what you might be looking for, but it's a really basic way to keep a track of those CE credits. So just as a reminder of what we've talked about today, in order to run the solution, it's all based off of a course custom field. You then create the program where you specify that score of the CE credits is what you're looking for and how many people need. The report that we looked at earlier, like this one below, is based off of the program overview report source. As well as moving forward, I've added the instructions here for both the report table block that I showed you on the dashboard, as well as the featured links block. So all of these different tools are ways that you can use that program to manage your CE credit program within your organization. And if you have any questions, I encourage you to reach out to myself or Taylor or comment on this video below. Otherwise, I want to thank you for attending this session of Kineo Office Hours, and I look forward to seeing you at one in the future.